And Hayes dropping this between the first and second line. That's what she did last week. Will this stay in bounds? It was touched by a Thunder player though, so they won't get the penalty. And the Thunder, they take over for their first offensive drive of the day. The question is, I'm going to go with Ewers at quarterback, or will it be Cubis? The last time we saw the Thunder play on GQTV was week 6, and more scrub my thought there. I thought it was touched by the Thunder. So there will be a 5-yard penalty applied. Thunder will be taken over. It looks like Cubis will be starting at quarterback today. As I mentioned last time we watched the Thunder play, they rotated through quarterbacks. The second half was Cubis, first half was Ewers ended up moving out to wide receiver. And quite frankly, they got the exact same results no matter who was a quarterback and who was a wide receiver. The Ravens, they've had the wood over the Thunder for most of the season, winning the majority of the matchups. 2 down linemen, but another linebacker on the line for the Ravens. Cubis with her first pass attempt of the day. She'll try to hit Ewers. It'll go off her hands and fall incomplete. And we'll bring up second down. Of course, these two teams were the two teams that were in last year's Sun Bowl. The Ravens coming away with a huge victory in the championship game. Second down. Cubis. Play action, no, and it'll end up being a bit of misdirection. Ewers in the backfield this time, taking the first carry of the day. She'll get a couple yards, bringing up a third down conversion situation. Big shout out to Graham Reynolds from the Ravens, as well as Brett Williams, both tuning into the stream. I'm lonesome today, so anyone wants to chime in with any fun facts, feel free to chime in the comments. I'll have my eye on the comments today as Cubis throws over the middle and hits 2 of her receivers, neither of which able to corral it. So that will bring up 4th down and a likely punting situation for the Thunder on their first offensive drive. Yeah, ultimately, not a whole lot of excitement throughout the divisions here in the final round. The 2 washouts in round 9 and 10 really made a bit of a dull affair in the final round of Gridiron Queensland here this season. And the punt is attempted to be fielded by Brittany Todd, who can't bring it in. It is recovered by the Ravens. And saving Todd there is Brianne Tricky. Todd, to my knowledge, not a noted punt returner. Obviously, been given an opportunity here by our coach Fitzpatrick. We'll see if she's sent back out there next punting situation. First down and 10 now for the Ravens. And of course, Torres in at quarterback. And this will be a give to Ellie Sharman, who will be starting at running back today. Key, I guess inactive, is Special K Christy Moran, who is playing more of a coaching role today. It's been quite the theme for the Ravens this season that they're willing to rest Moran any opportunity they can. Her body, self-admittedly, hasn't been amazing to her this season, so they've not been shy about resting the superstar running back. She's in the just in the polo and shorts today with the clipboard in hand. Second down, the Ravens. Ravens almost catching him offside. Torres looking for a pass short to Lingman, and she's met immediately some great defense there by the Thunder. Australian defender Rochelle Ware coming in for the tackle at the line of scrimmage. On 23 coming over the top there. Yana Floridis, who didn't get appropriate props last time I was calling a game for her. A number mishap, and she, in her debut game, ended up collecting a pair of intercepts on a very impressive day. So, And some calls here from the Stingrays, who are now here. And there's a catch there to B. Clement for the first down on 3rd and long. B. Clement, who's been predominantly been a lineman in her 2 seasons so far, has been given a couple of opportunities at tight end, and she makes a huge grab there. She's worked really hard over the offseason, and results are showing, looking rather athletic this season. First down, Ravens after a huge conversion on 3rd down. Big hello to GQ Treasurer James Calishaw is tuning in, as well as Ads Davey, who's watching probably about 20 metres to my right. First down and 10, and what are they going to call here? Who moved first, offense or D? Petey Solich will give us the call. And they're going to call forced start on the Ravens here. They'll be moved back 5 yards, and they'll have another go at it. So 1st and 15 now. Ball on the Ravens 36. Sharman now taking her second carry, bounces it outside and is wrestled to the ground early. The front 3 defenders for the Thunder wins that battle. Randy Klukless amongst those 3. And it's been an interesting battle between the top 3 teams in the women's division. The Ravens have been constantly had this stick over the Thunder, but the Thunder have managed to take the wood over the Stingrays, and the Stingrays have been able to take it to the Ravens this season, the only team to beat them. As we get another score update there, 0-0 with 4:34 remaining in the first quarter. So Torres with a rollout pass looking for Greenwood in the flat. It is overthrown, unfortunately, and that'll bring up 3rd down. The Ravens, for the second time today, to deal with another 3rd and long, this one much longer than their first attempt. Third and 20 for the Ravens. Third and long. Torres with 2 wingbacks. Now Lingman in motion. In motion will come wrong. They used this play a couple times last week, not to a whole lot of effect. Lehman cuts back against the grain though, and manages to get the pass back to the line of scrimmage. The Thunder looking impressive on defense on this drive. They'll force the Ravens to punt it away here. Hayes coming out for the punt unit. The Thunder seemingly staying in their defensive formation. Let's see if they send someone deep. A whole bunch of personnel changes now for both teams. Amanda Holly running on now. Brooke Gibson, unsure about whether she's staying on or staying off. Now Britt Todd's running on there. Ravens now having enough people. That was messy on both sides, particularly the Ravens though. And is this Rochelle Ware back to return? No, it isn't. It's the number 33. Roster and Beck Hirsch, the former Gold Coast Stingray I mentioned earlier, getting her first action. A whole bunch of people tuning in now. Coach Harkness, President Regan Webb, Jolene Bennett, all jumping on the stream. 0-0 here, 3:22 remaining in the first quarter. Both teams trading punts early in the first. Cubis still in a quarterback, giving it to Ewers as a fumble during the exchange, and it looks like it's recovered by the Ravens. Ravens, well, they punted away and they'll go straight back on offense. Miscommunication there from two players who should know the exchange pretty well. I'm not sure how many times Cubis has been taking snaps, but unusual rookie area between the two experienced quarterbacks there. First down and 10 now, Ravens inside Thunder territory. And Ravens catch a break there. Torres back, probably a lot quicker than she expected. A play action note, Torres, it's a QB keeper. She's testing the right edge now. She'll try to find the sideline. Will get chased down there by Yana Floridis. Proved her speed in her debut game. A 2nd and 5. Other than Special K and Castro Mona, or shall I say Castro Bessie, my apologies. Usual starting squad out for the Ravens. Torres with a pass here on 2nd down, looking for the flat, looking for Clement. Can't connect though. Incomplete pass, bringing up 3rd down. Ravens currently 1 for 2 on 3rd down. Double check and we haven't got any flags on the play. Not the case. Third and 10 here, GQTV. 3 receivers to the left this time. Bit of variation showed by the Ravens now. Torres looking that way, trying to hit the flat, has got a receiver, won't be enough for the 1st down. Rochelle Ware on the coverage, and that's Greenwood making a catch there on 3rd down. Ravens in position to go for it here in 4th though. Usual commentary partner, John Rowe, tuning in now. Wherever he is, I think he could be in Sydney this weekend. Johnny Rowe. As we see a 4th down opportunity here for the Ravens. He's got a new position there in the Indigenous community. And, confirming for Jolene there, that's not Kester at quarterback, that's Torres as she takes a run here on the speed option and won't be able to get it done on 4th down. The Thunder defense holds strong again and sends their offense back out, so the turnover last drive won't hurt them. Castro Mono actually inactive for today. It's a warm day here at Deception Day Sports Club. It's definitely getting to that Sun Bowl temperature. As we see Ewers now, they get the exchange right this time. Ewers gets a strong run going. Picks up at least 5 yards on that run. Getting an official weather check there. 30 degrees. We've hit the 3-0 here in GQ. This final on this final round here on the playoffs. Surely going to eclipse that, and no doubt the Sun Bowl will be pushing the mid-30s itself. Cubis, a quarterback. Play action this time. She'll send it to the right flat on the screen. The pass is caught. Not advanced for a whole lot of yardage though, but still picks up about 3 yards on the reception, and that'll make it 3rd and short. So an opportunity now. Still in their own territory, but on 3rd and short, they can work this play action game that they do so well, the Thunder. Thought the receiver might have moved early there. She's good. And Cuba sends this long, and it's almost intercepted there by Courtney Jones-Brennan. And falls incomplete, 4th down. Thunder probably in a position where they'll consider going for it here. Cubis doesn't look like she's moving. And on offense, they will stay with just under 2 yards to convert. Two receivers near side. I think that's Hershey out to the right. And they'll give to Ewers here. Ewers bounces it. Will get past the marker and trucks forward. Getting his ball past halfway and onto the 40. Flags are down though behind the line of scrimmage. It was a nice little jump cut there behind the line of scrimmage. One of the better ball carriers in this Thunder side. And unfortunately for her, that run and the subsequent conversion will be wiped off. There was a holding penalty on the call, moving them back to what was 4th and 2 to now 4th and 12. So let's see if they revise the last play call. They went on the ground this time. 12 yards to cover. Cubis, well, the former AFL player, they'll just punt it away. That is one of the luxuries of having an AFL player as a quarterback, as Todd shakes the first tackle, keeps her feet, and will be pursued down there by number 34. Oh no, number 24, Ewers, my apologies. Taking it down with Todd. Breaking the first tackle, not the second. So both teams told me that they're going to keep the playbook pretty close to the chest today. Obviously, trying not to show a whole lot with all three teams competing in the postseason present today. The Stingrays will be playing the Raptors at 4 p.m. They're pretty much all camped out to my right here. All the coaching staff, all the players. As we see the end of the first quarter now with the teams swapping sides. As we take this opportunity to thank this week's live streaming sponsor, Tribal Sport, keeping the majority of our teams decked out here, as well as all of our Queensland Sun Devil representative sides, all dressed to the nines during their representative seasons. A couple of people around here, the runners with a bye, so Cheyenne James is out here supporting his partner, Matty Sato Payne. And the speed option here for Torres, but Torres just meets Klukas, and Klukas wrestles her to the ground. Torres gets about a yard out of that run, 2nd and 9. Benny Mariani now tuning into the stream. I thought I'd see her out here somewhere with her camera, but I think she might have actually had surgery this week. Benny, let us know in the comments there if that's the case. She unfortunately did the double ligament tear back in round 6, I believe. Might have been round 5, in fact. Sammy Hazel now tuning in. The old Bayside Ravens, who used to don the red and green. As we see a flag thrown here, could be a delay of game, and that will be the case. Ravens taking too long there, and that'll move them back 5 yards. Hello, back to you, Sammy Hazel. By the way, Sammy, you owe me a helmet, mate. You're going to drop that off sometime? Would appreciate that. So we see 2nd and 13 now for the Ravens. Torres looking for the flat, finds Lingman. Can she break enough tackles? No, the Tackling has been quite sound for the Thunder today. It's Beck Hirsch playing some defense. Really by the B. Clement completion on third down. The Thunder has been playing some solid D up front, keeping all the passes in front of them. So third and long, the Thunder have forced the Ravens to third and long positions 3 times so far today. They've won on all but one occasion. Here goes Torres, looking deep, looking for the crossing route with Clement again. Clement almost pulling in an impressive one-arm grab with her offhand on the left, but can't quite bring it in. They'll bring up fourth down, and on comes the special teams unit for the Ravens. Hayes set to punt away. Another team really threatening right now. They're not slowly edging their way forward on the field position battle as these two teams trade some punts. The one turnover today, the fumble recovered by the Ravens. This is a high punt from Hayes, but certainly not a long one. It is muffed, but recovered by the returner. I think that was Hirsch again. There is a slight breeze traveling in the face of the Ravens. Fluky though. As we see the Thunder take over with the best field position they've had so far today. Let's see if they can convert it into points. And former Raven Jess Saleh tuning in. No doubt she's been missing the Gridiron this year. She's off pursuing some professional dreams this season. She'll be back someday. First down and 10. And this play will be called dead. Slant to Ewers. We'll have to wait for another down. I think the play was there for too many players, but it's been waved off. So ball on the Ravens at 36. Let's redo that, shall we? First down and 10. Or probably second down. As we see Cubis take this for her first run, and she's taken down for a tackle in the backfield from Lingman. Lingman, who's managed to wrap up a couple of catches on offense, but hasn't really been able to get forward with them. This time contributing on the dark side of the ball. Second down and long now. The down kind of flipped a little bit early there. It is officially second down now. Trip set now for the Thunder. There's Floridis on the inside slot. Cubis will roll out to her left. Will look for an open receiver. She had Rochelle Richardson for a quick second. Pass falls short. It is tough to try and get those passes on the opposite hand when you're rolling out away from the hand you're throwing with, the right-hand thrower, that is Cubis. Last week we saw Lauren Evans actually roll out to her right as a left-handed quarterback and throw an impressive touchdown in the fourth quarter. This time is that Liz Partout getting her first carry of the day, the downhill runner, picking up a couple of yards on the third and long situation. Make that about 1 yard actually. So we've got 4th and 12 now for the Thunder, but inside Ravens territory. Let's see if they let Cubis sling this along. She's more than capable. Awkward snap, but Cubis has got it. She's got Ewers over the middle, who almost drops it, but catches it between her knees. A good job there on 4th and long. Completion there from quarterback to quarterback. Nice composure thrown there by Cubis. Eventually taken down by Maddie Seto-Payne, who's playing on defense this year. Had a lot of snaps from running back in her rookie season 2 years ago. First down and 10. Thunder now inside the Ravens red zone. Cubis, she'll pitch off to Ewers, who puts a nice jump cut on Swaysland and is run out of bounds. Eventually, I think there by Christian. It's a nice open field tackle there. Second down and 9. And we have multiple receivers in the end zone now. Cubis is going to look for one of them. Trying to find, I think, Richardson again. Overthrown, and they'll bring up 3rd down once more. This is the closest we've seen a team to scoring so far as the Thunder take a timeout. The first of the half. And we'll take a short break. Back on the other side of this timeout.
Hello, Paul Mills, live streaming Brisbane.
Four wide receivers now spreading out. All their receivers equally across the field. Looking for the end zone. It would have been a hell of a grab. Incomplete. And we are still waiting for our first points here in round 12. Ravens will take over deep in their own territory now. And it's interesting watching the body language of both of these teams. They really are treating it like a training run. No team really seems to be dejected, neither for letting him so deep into their territory or leaving points on the board right now. Good news is, and certainly hope I'm not putting the mocker on it, but so far, no injuries. 3:36 remaining in the half. Sharman on the carry here, looking for blocks and falls forward for a solid gain on first down. From the people tuning in, Sean Formosa from Thunder and Lightning Joe Rasmussen enjoying his bye week, no doubt. Second down here for the Ravens. And Sharman looks like she'll be busy today, trying to wrestle forward, but runs into a whole lot of red, white, and black. That'll bring up third down after a no gain on Sharman's carry there. Matter of fact, she probably actually lost half a yard. Ravens been able to complete on one third down so far. Long pass to Clement. Let's see if they go back to it here. This is one of the easier third down conversions, and I'll hold my breath on that one. Likely a delay game here in the Ravens. Well, I was just about to say this is one of the easier third downs they've had. No, false start. Regardless, still on the Ravens. That'll move them back to a 3rd and 10. Despite that, it's still probably their easiest third down so far today. They've had multiple double stick situations. And actually, it wasn't 3rd and 6. This will move the down marker past the original line of scrimmage. So once again, they're faced with their 4th double sticks third down situation today. 3rd and 11. Torres will just pitch this out to Sharman. Sharman's got a lot of work to do, and the Thunder will deny her the opportunity. Their sideline to sideline defense today has been outstanding. Sure, we're playing at some cornerback there today, but making the tackle is Shayna Price, another one of the former Stingrays, jumping over to the Thunder this season. A couple girls with some Sun Bowl experience. Hayes into punt now. And a delay game, or have they got too many who broke the huddle? Soon I'll find out. Regardless of the penalty, we've also just got the 2-minute warning. Trying to figure out the exact call for it there, whatever it is. Coach Gerard Fitzpatrick is having a chat with Petey Solich, the white hat referee today, and I'm getting it confirmed that it's an illegal substitution. A call that clearly Fitzpatrick disagrees with. That'll move back the Ravens another 5 yards. And well, the Thunder are definitely winning the field position battle. They're inching the Ravens closer and closer to their own end zone. Back deep to return now is, I believe, Shayna Price. No, 33, Beck Hirsch. It's punt return. Having trouble making out some of these numbers. Another high punt from Hayes that's not going to travel very far. And, well, the Thunder could return it right now if they wanted to, but they'll allow it to be downed by the Ravens, and they'll be gifted some fantastic field position inside the Ravens' red zone. We're here, a driver go, could not capitalize. Maybe Ewers had an opportunity. A pass over the middle, couldn't bring it in. She was open, however. Let's see if they go back to her here on this drive. Inside 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Both teams playing at what I can only describe as a casual pace today. As we see a triple option, a run here by the Thunder. Cubis into block now, but it'll be for naught, as I think that's Ewers taken down in the backfield. Another team playing all that physically today, and I think it's probably a sign of respect from both teams. Just the one timeout used so far by the Thunder. Once again, back in this 22 personnel. And Cubis throw over the middle. It's completed. Making a catch there is Rochelle Richardson. We've got third and long, a common theme for today, but they are in the red zone. I imagine they're probably not paying a whole lot of attention to down and distance. Three receivers, trips out to the right, to the open side of the field. That's the way Cubis will roll. She's looking for the end zone and throws between two of her receivers. Somewhere between Richardson and Roberts. And that'll bring up a fourth down now. I'm going for it all on third. Leaves the situation unchanged here on fourth down. Thunder now with multiple cracks at the Ravens red zone, but the Ravens red zone defense has held firm. Despite the lack of production out of their offensive side of the ball. 58 seconds remaining here in the first half, the final round of 2018. Another pass to the end zone. This one is in and out of the hands of the Thunder receiver. And once again, the Ravens turn away the Thunder, who continue to knock on the door. Good pressure there by the Ravens. The pass intended to Shayna Price. So first down to Ravens. Ravens will have just under a minute to try and be the one team with points on the board here in the fourth quarter. They prove they can do it inside the 2-minute drill last week. That being said, they had a one Christy Moran available to them. And I've got my director, Paul Mills, trying to give me some chive about the LA Rams taking on the LA Chargers this year, which I'm just gonna remain very quiet about. I'm not seething at all. A nice run there on first down. It looks like the Ravens are keen to just run this clock out and go into the half 0-0. And Thunder teammate Kate Bennett, who I think's somewhere in the States, somewhere in North America right now, tuning in to watch her teammates. As we can see the clock running there, under 20 seconds. Ravens just running the clock out now, giving a few other people some carries. Now I think this is Christian getting her first carry, looking dangerous, getting to the edge, eventually taken down inbounds by Klukas. And that should be the last play of the half. We should be getting a halftime whistle from Petey Solich now. The team upset to see the ball raised, and that brings up halftime here, 0-0. And a pretty uneventful first half. Neither team scoring, although the Thunder certainly won on the field position battle. Had a couple opportunities in the Ravens red zone, and left some points on the table. So 0-0 is our second half scoreline to begin with. An awkward kick there will be fielded by B. Clement. Had a catch in the first half. Now she'll add a kick return to her name. Scored 2 touchdowns against the Thunder last time these two teams met. And did just get some confirmations on numbers. And Isla Cook has had a number change, is now wearing number 90. She's the one who had the carry to close out the first half. And Karen Christian has moved from number 78 to jersey 27. And I tried to get some words out of almost acting head coach today in Christy Moran. She gave me nothing but cliches. Just watch out for the second half, she says. Clearly wasn't happy with the performance in the first. Now it's a change of quarterback. Rosie Shelton, who's played quarterback before, has moved in, and her first pass of today is intercepted by possibly Lisa Tuiloma. Had to start at linebacker middle of the season and has held on to it ever since. It's not a great pass that comes out of the arm of Shelton, and Tui Loma makes her pay. You can see he was actually pass intended for Torres, who's moved out to the wide receiver position. And you can see how lonely I am today, so if anyone's in the Deception Bay area, feel free to come and join me. I've got a spare seat right next to me. Love your company in my joyous box. I will admit I am stoked to be under some shade today, as temperatures creep past the 30-degree mark now. So, not the start the Ravens offense probably wanted. Certainly not the one that Shelton probably wanted. Moving back to the quarterback position. She's probably played a little less of this season. It was almost an even split last year between her and Torres. Torres seemed to be the dominant play caller in season 2018. And Cubis, she remains in at quarterback. There's no changes on the Thunder side of things. And Ewers stays at the running back position. Oscar Lopez tuning in from California, another fellow Los Angeles Rams supporter. Second down and just under 10 to go here. It'll be a give to Ewers, who bounces to the outside again, uses a stiff arm to get it just past the line of scrimmage, but flags have been thrown from the area of holding. And it looks like Pete Solich, the white hat referee, is going to Swayzland the option here, so this will be against Thunder. Swayzland checks off with Fitzpatrick, and they'll decline the penalty there. Opt to take the down. Of course, those who might be still relatively fresh to the game there, with all penalties bar dead ball fouls and unsportsmanlike conduct, so you can choose to accept or decline them depending on, and the option's yours really, depending on whether you value the down or the distance. Third down and 9. Cubis looking long and overshoots Taylor Roberts, and they'll bring up fourth. Now, could appear like they'll be going for it here, but at the same time, Cubis is their punter. So last time they went for it, a penalty arose, pushing them back into a less favourable position, and Cubis opted to punt. So I'm not quite sure what will happen here. The Thunder, of course, as well, I've failed to mention some of their inactives. They've got some of their best players out, Liz Batu and Winona Bice, who are out because they're representing Australia for sevens, of course, as I've mentioned many times before in previous streams. And it's a punt here from Cubis. It's a great punt, in fact, and it will probably sit up nicely for her inside the 10, probably just at the 5-yard line. So a brilliant punt from Cubis that will change the field position here for the Thunder and will force the Ravens to go more or less 85 yards to try and add a score here, as we're churning through the minutes here today with both teams opting to keep the ball on the ground. And just to update some of the viewers there, it is the third quarter. 8-minute quarters played in the women's division here in Gridiron, Queensland. Regulation timing. First and 10 at Ravens. Shelton back, hoping to improve in her last pass, which was picked off. This time will be handoff to Sharman. Sharman will test the right-hand edge. Some good blocking gets her forward, and she'll pick up about 6 yards on that carry. That's her longest run of the day so far. Sharman, who hadn't played a whole lot of running back prior to this season, is slowly making a fist of it. The Logan City Jets played a lot of defense corner, linebacker, and then offensively she played more wide receiver. As far as I know, running back was something that she did have to try and learn this season. And she'll get another carry here. Again, trying out the right edge, this time less successfully, and that'll bring up third down. She picks up a yard on that carry, and we've got about 3rd and 3. El Presidente, Nigel Law now tuning into the stream. There's a yellow where you're located today, President Law. Fun. Nigel floating around all the different grounds, any given round in Gridiron, Queensland. A great block there from one of the Ravens players. The run's still going. Karen Christian earning herself a pancake down the right-hand hash. We'll see if we can pick it up here in replay. You see the great block there by Karen Christian. Slowly ticking past the 5-minute mark now in the 3rd quarter. 0-0, the score remains. First down and 10. Ravens in possession. Shelton, the 2 receivers out to her left, a running back flank that way as well, and that's the way she will roll. Now she's under pressure, evades the first sack, can't get rid of the second. Now, are they going to call that a fumble or a pass? The Thunder seem to be celebrating, and I haven't got a signal. Looks like Pete Soldier's going to have a chat to his umpire here about whether Shelton was in a throwing motion. We could have the old tuck rule. You can see she's trying to project it forward. And now they're going to bring the side judge into the action, and well, this is a situation that I'd really like the official review to come in, which isn't going to come into play until next week at the playoffs, where the referee in the booth can call for a review on a play just like this, but it's not the case, as we see. Score update, 4:48, 0-0. And the Thunder seem to be the team celebrating. They're going to call that a fumble. And the Thunder, once again, managed to force their 2nd turnover over the Ravens offense here in this quarter. Oakland Raiders coach John Gruden will be watching the stream and shaking his fist at that one. Tuck rule not saving the Ravens in this case. Certainly didn't help that she was almost going for a shovel pass. Nonetheless, I mean, both rules applied. Shouldn't really change whether she was going for an overarm or a shovel pass, but referees have deemed that a fumble, and the Thunder, they take over inside the 15. A quick pass here from Cubis to a screen to Ewers, but Ewers is tackled nicely soon after she catches it. Both teams have been tackling pretty well today, particularly the Thunder. Breaking their huddle. Sunshine Lawrence on the screen. There you can see Swaysland in the D line for the Ravens. 2 backs for the Thunder this time. The triple option once more. This time Cubis will fake it. She breaks the tackle. Can she get the first points of the day? Yes, she can. No flags down. We've finally seen some scoring action here in round 12. Casey Cubis with the QB keeper. She had 6 points to the board. And the Goose Eggs, well, at least one of them is gone. 6-0 in favor of the Griffith University Thunder. Ran the triple option at least twice in the first half, if memory serves correctly. Not to a whole lot of success, but both times they did pitch it. This time Cubis shows off a bit of agility as well as some power towards the back end of that run to get herself into the end zone. 2-point conversion upcoming now for the Griffith Uni Thunder. 3 wide receivers. And She'll look for the out, and it'll be picked off here for the Ravens. I think that's Britt Todd in the flat. Has she got it? Has she got the gas to take it all the way for the 2 points herself? Won't be the case. So that will keep the score at 6 points to nil. Brittany Todd notches herself up, and this is possibly her first in Ravens colours. Weber's calling or comparing Cubis to a gazelle on that run. I think she probably prefers that than the giraffe comparison I made during the WAGL. She certainly gave me some stick about. So, seeing our third kickoff for the day. Of course, prior to this one, only kickoffs we saw were to start the first half and subsequently start the second. Another key inactive for the Thunder today is defensive back Kathleen Prothero, who's yet to be seen as a player on GQTV. All Thunder games streamed this year. She's been handling the water more than she's been handling the football. This is a good kick, goes over the head of Greenwood. Greenwood's going to have to retreat to get it, and she'll let it go into the end zone. The Ravens will take over on the 25. Greenwood looking to get some kick return reps in place of keeper Trias-Mono and Moran. So first down for the Ravens now. And just to update some of our other viewers there, the playoff picture. Well, due to the nature of the women's competition this year, just to remind everyone, the Ravens are straight into the Sun Bowl. But next week, regardless of how today's games end up, it will be the Thunder versus the Stingrays. It will be a matter of who will be considered second and who will be considered third. Shelton looking over the middle for Clement, and Clement, well, she looks like Ewers on that play. The pass gets over Beck Hirsch and would have been into the striding arms of Big Clement, but Clement can't bring that one in. One reception in the first half. GQ old boy Ray Doherty tuning in now. We're sneaking in a watch during work as he usually does. Second and 10. Short run here from the Ravens. Had a couple yards there, making the third down a little easier. Third down has not been a friend to them today. Thunder lead 6-0. Casey Cubis with the first score of the day. And it's a pitch out to Sharman. Sharman, like she has seen many times today, will get the pitch, look up and see nothing but red, white, and black. Lucas and I think Price combining for the tackle there. State teammates, and now Beck Hirsch will back up for the punt here from Hayes. Hayes certainly had a lot of height in her punts in the first half. Let's see if she tries to get more of a bit more of a line drive in this one. This is, she does not field the snap cleanly. Now before Saraman has fumbled at the Thunder. Can they get on it? Not that it really matters. They'll take over on downs. It is recovered by Hayes. I'm sure it actually might be recovered by Swaysland there. Don't know what to say about that one. Hayes just probably took her eye for theirs. Taken down by Meadow Luano, who was thought might have been inactive today. There she is though in a number 12 jersey. Well, this has been the scene we've seen quite a bit today. The Thunder right at the doorstep of the Bayside Ravens. Finally managing to kick the door down last drive. And this time they'll give it to Liz Patu. She'll cut upfield. Picks up a couple yards. So, we'll make that couple single. Picks up a yard. So we move under 2 minutes in the third quarter remaining. Upcoming at 4 p.m, the Stingrays will be taking on the Raptors in their final game of 2018. It's a pass over the top for Ewers. She might want to change her gloves today. That ball seems to be just slipping out of her hands. I'm going to work extra hard to bring in all these passes today. Aroa Tulloch also watching in now. It's been inspiring to keep up with her journey on Instagram and all the different social medias. The horrific injury that happened to her in the WAGL earlier this year. She's been working incredibly hard to get herself back as soon as she can, and fingers crossed that is sooner rather than later. Third down, 9 yards, the assignment for the Thunder. And they'll go to the triple option again. This time Cubis will pitch it to Patu. Patu will see Lingman. She'll break her tackle, but around the ankles is Candace Swaysland. So that'll shut them down on third down. They lose a yard there, 2 in fact, to make this 4th and 11, maybe 12. Once again, to update some of the questions, Moran not suited up today. He's taking certainly more of a coaching role with the polo and shorts today rather than the jersey and helmet. 4th down for the Thunder, double sticks. Another rollout pass for Cubis. She'll hit the short player in Shayna Price. Price won't be able to get much run after the catch, and certainly not enough for a first down. There'll be a turnover on downs for the Thunder. And that makes it 1 out of 5 for the Thunder inside the Ravens red zone here today. The Ravens, though, I've obviously haven't changed sides since the first quarter, and I've barely had to change my looking position. It's getting a bit sore looking over to the right here. First down and 10, let's see if they can change that. Greenwood, the near side wide receiver, can't quite see her on screen right now. Not registered to catch yet. And this will be a carry up the middle, using a bit of motion now, the Ravens, to sort of shake things up. I'm not expecting a whole lot of change from either offense, really. Both coaches assured me that they were going to keep a lot of their better plays in the back pocket for now. The Ravens ensemble to play in 2 weeks. Their opposition to be decided next week at the Sunshine Coast. Playoffs coming to you live from Sunshine Coast Stadium from live stream in Brisbane. Torres this time on an end around, taking a carry, but a shut down from the experienced Meadow Luano. Having a strong second half right now, Meadow. Makes it difficult for the Ravens now. As we see the end of the third quarter now. Moving to the fourth, we'll take a walk downfield. Both teams stay at a casual pace, making their way down to the left side of your screen. This for the first time in a long time, we'll see some action down the northeastern side of the Deception Bay Sports Centre. Tulloch now tuning in. I think he's actually somewhere on the ground still. Came up to helping coaching the Rhinos juniors, who almost played a full game save for the Raptors. I think forfeited, if my intel is correct. In the interest of keeping players healthy for the playoffs. Rod Tulloch here as well, actually. And Rod Tulloch. Third down, long for the Ravens now. 3rd and 15, in fact. Rizzy Shelton With Sharman in the backfield with her. It'll be a play action pass. She'll look for Lingman over the top, and it'll be intercepted again. The Thunder's third takeaway here in the second half. This time it is rookie Yana Floridas taking that ball away from Birdtown. Thrown under pressure there. Couldn't really step into that throw. Had to put a little more loft in. Might have been Pukakala in applying the pressure to Rosie Shelton. As we move into the fourth. Last week the Ravens were without starting defensive linemen. Agassi and Cook. First down and 10, Thunder. He gives up a 2. She'll get a push from Cubis there to get her past the line of scrimmage, and actually it's probably a pretty friendly push. Gets her an extra yard or 2. Actually, well, they're going to say forward progress was stopped a little earlier than I suspected. So no gain officially, still 2nd and 10. Cubis. With the 2 in the backfield, she'll throw left for Roberts. Roberts! Oh, how did have lost it? Oh, what do the Thunder wide receivers have for breakfast today? I'll tell you what. You'd want to skip on it in the weeks to come. Usually the sure-handed hands of Roberts and viewers struggling today. Maybe that is Roberts' first drop on her second target. 3rd down and 10. It's a great back shoulder fade there for Roberts. It was a right throw, right read, but Roberts, the state wide receiver, couldn't bring it in. 3 receivers now. Roberts in the slot. She gets banged up. It's short pass to Ewers. Ewers catches it short of the marker. Looks like to me she just got enough there to convert. Seeing the down marker staying on 4. They're going to mark her inches short. And a timeout taken by the Thunder here. They'll take a little longer to think about this key play here. Ball being 5 yards out, inches remaining to earn themselves another 4 downs. There's Christy Moran, serving as a coach today, as we see the Thunder getting their instructions there from Kel Hausen. Hausen's had some extra duties lately, stepping in as the men's head coach as well as his usual duties of his beloved women's side. Full control. Let's see if the Ravens try to bring some heat here. They have been playing with 3 on the line all game. No notable blitzes to recall. No, Coach Stone now. More American love now. Coach Stone has coached a lot of these women in the last Women's World Cup. Tuned into almost all of the WAGL games. Now tuning into some of the GQ streams right now. Over to you, Coach Stone. It's a low snap. Cubis picks it up, and it's a nice hole there for Shayna Price, who steps into a running back and scores on her first carry. The Thunder now with a 2-score lead. Cubis getting down real low there, and the gap just opens up on the left side of the line, and Shayna Price capitalizes. Pete Solch now taking the official timeout for an unknown reason, as we're taking a review timeout. Of course, it's not official for us today, but our production team and our official teams getting into the habit of the process they'll be needed during the playoffs and the Sun Bowl. 2-point conversion now for Griffith. Plenty of receivers out, And Price will get it this time, and she shut down this occasion. And it's 0 for 2 for the Thunder on 2-point conversions. 12-0. Score the Ravens. Not that it's really late enough to suggest this, but the Ravens have not been shut out this season. Of course, they got awfully close against the Stingrays, holding them to 2 points at safety, getting the Ravens on the board. But this would be the first goose egg should the Thunder hold out here for the next 6 minutes and 40 seconds. Some Spanish love now. Gonzalo Lugo watching stream. Plenty of the Rhinos seniors who are on the bye this week. Looking forward to next week at the Sunshine Coast, tuning into the stream. Hola to you, Nons. $12-0 now. Shayna Price and Casey Cubis, the 2 touchdown scorers for the Thunder here in round 12. Kicks up. Deep one there, but it's fielded on the full by Torres. Torres already past the 40, and that's where she will be downed. The Ravens will start around midfield, about 2 or 3 yards short. Stingrays now all in their warm-up gear, as are the Raptors. Ready for one last hit out in 2018. Michelle Ware and Brandy Lucas, and Australian and Queensland teammates there. There's Lisa Tui Lima and Maddie Luana. B. Clement in the tight end, Torres and in the slot for the Ravens. Shelton trying to put someone in motion. Actually, sorry, that's Clement at wide receiver. So yeah, Clement at wide receiver here. It won't matter though. The Thunder send a blitz and get into the backfield. Making the play there is Rochelle Ware on Ellie Sharman. Just off the edge. Something she's become very used to doing. Played some defensive end for the first time in her career, I believe, in the WAGL. Otherwise, there's been a linebacker or safety for most of her career. Second down and 15 for Rosie Shelton and her Ravens. They'll give it to Sharman once more. Sharman will get it past the line of scrimmage. But not a whole lot more. Another long third down situation for the Ravens. The Thunder certainly a team with more energy here in the second half. Ravens sideline awfully quiet for most of the game here. Rosie Shelton takes a carry. Again advances it past the line of scrimmage, but not exactly what they needed on third and long. They're just shy of their own 40 now. Let's see if they opt to punt it away, and that seems to be the case. Hayes heading onto the field with the rest of the special team substitutions. Down now. Ravens punting away from their own 39. A snap for Hayes this time. She takes a couple steps, sends this ball downfield into the arms of Hirsch. Hirsch doesn't field it cleanly, gets there eventually. We'll try to cut back now. Now we'll go the other way, breaks a tackle, but the original pursuit of Shelton, I believe, takes her down. And Thunder will take over on their own 25. teams are swapping over camps now. 4 minutes and 8 seconds remaining here for these two teams in the regular season. Stingrays now heading over for their warm-ups. Kickoff for the second women's game at 4 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Cubis remains in a quarterback. I thought they might have rotated Amanda Ewers in, but she stayed out wide receiver and running back respectively. Cubis waits an eternity before deciding to take it herself. Actually, almost by design there, a bit of a QB draw. And it's good for about 2 yards, maybe 3. Tackle there made there by Lingman. There's 21 personnel for the Thunder. The throw over the middle here into the arms of the Ravens defensive backfield, but Tricky can't hold on. They too had a few opportunities to take the ball away in the first half. Ravens couldn't hold on to it. Just again with another third down, going back to their trip set. This rollout pass, and she's always aimed for the short receiver so far. Cubis continues that, and that'll fall incomplete, bringing up 4th down, and Cubis will have to pump this away, and that's a late flag being thrown in by Pete Solich. The referee with a big toss of the flag there. In my opinion, usually means she's copped a bit of dissent. This Lontolic is throwing me a bit of banter from downstairs. So we wait to hear this call from Pete Solich, and it looks like he's giving the Ravens the option. Let's see if we can get an official call here from referee Pete Solich. Blocking back, eh? Oh, sorry, pass interference. And they'll be declined by the Ravens. They'll happily move the Thunder to 4th down. Matt Bailey now tuning in. Probably en route to the Sunshine Coast. I hope he's not driving. The Ravens men's side travelling up to the Sunshine Coast today, I believe, to play their game at 6:30. And well, Cubis took a quick second there, maybe considering a fake, but she punts it away, and that ball will stop for her. Oh, wow, hang on. We're going to get an interesting call here. Well, there's no whistles, and there were whistles. I don't think the referees were quite sure of that one there. The Ravens downed it, but they do teach you to pick the ball up to avoid situations like we just saw. Now watch here. The Ravens will down that, but not take possession of it. So I've seen multiple interpretations of this. This very well could be a Thunder ball, but that won't be the case. I think they're going to say that the referees... Oh, hang on. That's the Ravens defense out there. Let's see if we can take a look at it again. The way I see it there, the Ravens just gave up possession, and I saw Coach Fitzpatrick throw his hands on his head there, knowing the situation. And I think the right call was made there. There's a coaching point for you, and better late than never. On special team, pick the ball up. And if you're going to down it like that, just get on it. Rightly so, it's a Thunder football. So, Ravens making a bit of an error there, gifting the Thunder with a get out of jail free card. They had him punting the ball away. Now they've got them inside their own territory. And a short pass to Price here, but the defense is good for the Ravens. A quick tackle made in the backfield by Brittany Todd. Brittany Todd, who noted herself an interception inside, or on the goal line on a 2-point conversion in the first half. And 2-score lead and 3 minutes remaining now. It looks like the Thunder should have this game in hand, which will net them second place if my maths is correct. So again, not that it matters come playoffs, but they'll be going in with the number 2 next to their name, with the Stingrays coming in with number 3 based on head-to-head. Something I haven't seen in a while. The referees placing the ball back into the left hash, because that's where it was then. Second down. And give here now. I think that's the Price again, who's been dangerous on her 2 carries. Scoring a touchdown with the first one on 9 yards on that carry. Showing her patience with the football as well as her ball carrier vision. As we see a 3rd and short situation for the Thunder here. Cubis alone in the backfield before she moves Liz Patu into the backfield with her to flank her right. Spread formation here. Cubis looking for the curl route, and she's got Ewers. That's something they do really, really well. Ewers with plenty of yards after the catch as well, and that moves them inside the 5. I'm sorry, inside the 10. Oh yeah, so a lot of them. So Cubis and Ewers complete the old hitches in abundance against the Raptors back in the round 6 as we get the 2-minute warning here from referee Solich. So 2 minutes remaining for both of these 2 teams here in the regular season. Thunder, for momentum alone, would like to finish off this drive with a touchdown heading into next week. 2 in the backfield for 2 and Ewers with Cubis. Cubis, they'll run that triple option again. Cubis scored, but she kept it last time. She'll get a couple yards, but no points in this time. In this scenario, I should say. And that gets them to the 8. 3 downs to play with. Going back to this trips formation, they ran the rollout pass a lot out of this formation last time. This time they'll go to the underneath route and they'll go off the hands of number 87, Sunshine Lawrenson. Bringing up 3rd down and goal, 8 yards to go. Opportunities inside the final 2 minutes, 1:19 remaining in the game. Spread formation again for Cubis. Cubis looking to her left for the quick game, looking for the back shoulder fade for Ewers. Ewers will fight for it and will get herself a flag. She was battling there with Jones Brennan. It looks like she's got herself some defensive pass interference in the end zone. And the fresh set of downs as well as the ball at the 2-yard line. Getting that call confirmed there. Pass interference on the Ravens, so the Thunder get closer via penalty, but also more importantly earn themselves a new set of downs. They'll stay in the spread formation. Shayna Price scored a touchdown earlier. She's in the left slot. Ewers outside her, near sideline. Cubis Plenty of time, looking for a pass over the middle there, I think to Roberts. And she's locked up with Todd for a battle of the ball there. Todd wins that one. Actually, Roberts had two hands on the ball there, but couldn't quite complete the catch. Second down and 2. Second down and goal, I should say, 2 yards to go. Same formation for the Thunder. We'll go to the exact same play. This time they bring the execution and Roberts is in for a score. 2-yard touchdown. Cubis to Roberts. The Thunder, they add their 3rd touchdown of the day. Cubis is second, one on the ground, one through the air for her. Thunder. Formation remains unchanged. We'll go to Ewers on the hitch route this time, and it's a great catch. Didn't start the going great, but she seems like she's found her hands now. They add a 2-point conversion. The first 2-point conversion of the day. 1 for 3 for Griffith on 2-pointers. That brings the score to 20 points to nil. A minute and 1 second remaining for the Ravens. See if they want to try and add a score before the end of their regular season. This would mark their first shutout should they be held to 0 points here today. I think that's a notch the Thunder would actually like to finish the season with. Kate Bennett certainly wants to shut out. She's tuning in, yeah. Still, no matter what time it is over there in North America. Big boot here from Florida's. And it'll be fielded on the 20 there by Greenwood. Greenwood runs it out of bounds around her own 30. 31 to be precise. So 56 seconds remaining here for the Ravens. Let's see if they just try to toss it up and get close, but we saw them go the more passive route by running the clock out to close out the first half. Let's see if that general attitude changes here to the back end of the second. Tully double downing on a comment there, saying the Ravens are lacking a little conviction in their performance today. And for the first time, it looks like Razor Shotton will go under center. The Ravens are going to knee this out. They're more than happy to finish this game with its current scoreline and take the shutout here in their final game. They clearly are thinking big picture here with a Sun Bowl to play for them in 2 weeks. 3, I should say, actually. And what? We're standing around. I thought the Thunder would be taking the victory formation here, and it's actually the Ravens taking the knee and letting the game clock run out. And, well, I guess I'll start my wrap-up here. Thank you to everyone for tuning in to the first of 2 games here on GQTV in round 12, where the Thunder, they'll be walking out with a win on their record for their final game of the regular season here in 2018. They'll be finishing this season second on the ladder behind the Bayside Ravens, and both teams come here and shake hands as the ball is raised, officially bringing the close to the regular season for both of these two teams. The Thunder defeating the Ravens 20 points to nil, touchdowns to Cubis, Roberts and Price, and a good couple of takeaways for them as well. Good performance there to close out the season for the Thunder. The Ravens, I think they're more happy to just get out of here without anyone on the injury list. That'll wrap us up here. We're going to take a short break before we start production for the 4 p.m. game with the Raptors they'll be closing out their season against the Gold Coast Stingrays. I've been Kenny Andres. Appreciate your company. Hope it stays for the second game. We'll see you there at 4 p.m.